Hello and welcome back to another one of my Sims 4 speed building videos, and today we're going to be building a lot in the world of Magnolia Promenade, which came with the Sims 4 Get to Work, the Get to Work expansion pack. So this is sort of in the shopping world that came with that, and I'm not building a shop, much to everyone's surprise. I'm going to be building a club. It's sort of like a grunge Greasepit in an old warehouse kind of vibe, and the idea behind this club or this bar, I can't remember what I actually set the lot type as. It's probably a bar because I've done lots of those. But the idea for this lot came from some friends online, such as Glitter Sparks, who suggested or wanted me to do lots that would work for the clubs that came with the Sims 4 Get Together. So I decided to make this sort of small grunge pit-esque type lot, because originally I was unsure of what I was going to do for this, so I sort of had a thought about types of lots I could do. I always had this one sort of idea in my mind, in the back of my head, of like a sort of dark grungy room but with really comfortable and lush colourful furniture in it, sort of similar to the style that came with the Sims 3 University Life and the grunge houses there. So that's really the sort of style that I based this entire lot out of. And right in the middle of the lot, in the centre of the thing, is a skate park. And I say skate park, it's not actually functional, but I used the curved roofs and some of the other roofs that came in the Sims 4, and I used them to make a skate park and what looks like a skate park with all the ramps and such. And this entire lot is actually built on, it's 2 floors really, but I count it as 3 because the skate park is on the ground floor, or the actual like terrain floor, so the same height as the rest of the world, and then the rest of the room around it is built up onto the foundation, the main foundation of the lot. And I did this so that you could get this cool like sunken effect on the skate park in there, and this sort of led to a couple of difficulties with placing fences around it and sort of room detection, etc. Stuff which really should be fixed with workarounds or a cheat code. I don't know how you'd do it if you were programming this game, but anyway, so it's on 3 levels. Skate park on the bottom, the main club area on the first floor, and as I said, the foundation is really high up, and that was to get the depth for the skate park, but it also meant that I had this sort of weird high foundation around the rest of the lot, so I had to find some way to work with that. So I managed to get a brick pattern similar to the rest of the building going on the foundation, and I also put a whole load of high plants, which you're going to see in the finished product later. The finished product later on in this video, so you're going to see that. And then on the main like top floor of the build is the sort of club specific area, and I can't remember what I set it to. It might have been something like the Renegades or Powerhouse, but there is a club door in there so that only one club can get into this room. And you can change it, of course, if you download this lot. You can change the door so that your Sims club can get into this lot. But I just thought it was quite cool to have the entire top floor segregated to one club. Is segregation the right word to use? I feel like it's a bit sort of iffy. It's privatised for one club. That's a better word. I should probably have gone with that word to start with. But even so, on this top floor there's some really cool stuff, like there's a balcony that looks down over into the main skate park area, so you can even stand on the top section of this club and see right down into the rest of the club and the skateboarding park. And I imagine that if it were actually possible in The Sims, then you'd have people standing on the top listening to the sort of rolling of skateboards and general club bustle and hubbub down on the floor below, whilst enjoying their time in the top floor. You're going to see some of the stuff that I put in there. I think it's really cool. Just doing the roofing here and getting sort of the industrial vibe, so one direction roofs, that is, they slant in one direction, quite a few of them, and also just putting some ventilation on the top of the roofs. I also remembered to put toilets on this public community lot so that your Sims have a place to go. There are gender-specific toilets, and there are 3 cubicles in each one, because I forgot that The Sims 4 does not have urinals yet, which is somewhat of an issue. Well, it's not really an issue, but urinals are just nice for men's loos because they save space and the Sims can still go to the toilet. working on some of the actual furnishing for the club here, I was finally able to use some of the really cool industrial like pillars and stuff that came with the Sims 4 Get to Work, mainly for the industrial buildings of the inventor career, but it lends itself really well to this type of vibe. I also put in a DJ mixing booth from the Sims 4 Get Together. Yeah, Get Together, that was the one. I found it was really cool trying to mix the two mix two vibes from the two expansion packs. You've got the sort of grunge industrial-esque vibe from Get to Work, and the club and DJ vibe from Get Together, so that was a nice touch, I think. Putting lots of lighting around the place, but subtle lighting so that the club still remains quite dark. You can see the 4 big lights shining down onto the skate park area, which also lends a bit of their light to the main upstairs area, which I am furnishing now. So this upstairs area has all sorts of cool club things. It's got a TV, it's got some seats for sitting down and just hanging out. It's also got an arcade machine, which I put in later. It's got its own private bar. It's got a Don't Wake the Llama table, and it's just got some really cool views down onto the bottom floor. And of course it has also got a place to go for some woohoo, which is off in a private segregated room, which it just has 2 closets in, and the closets are the place for woohoo, but I just put a candle in there and a red carpet just to maybe add to the more romantic theme of it. Now there's going to be a quick cut in this video straight to screenshots, so you won't see some of the furnishing of the outdoors area, because for some reason this video clip disappeared. I have no idea what's happened to it, but here you can just see the screenshots of the finished product. So you can see I added a bit of graffiti onto the side of the building, got the really cool columns on the outside with the like black and yellow danger style on them, which I think also works really well with this vibe. And then some of the furnishing inside, so you can see it's quite a dark club, but it's got really loads of really cool lighting, like with the specific colours. You've got the reds and the purples from the behind the bar there, and more graffiti on the walls, so just showing you all around this place. This is still on the ground floor, just a lot of nice place to sit. Here's a view of one of the bathrooms, I think that's the female one, and then a shot of the staircase up to the top floor. It's got that really cool chain link fencing, so you can see who's coming up the staircase, and so a Sims inside would know whether or not that they'd be allowed into the club specific area, and there is a very happy Sim enjoying the club. Also put some of these club banners up at the top. I thought they worked really well in this area, especially too. It just gave it a really cool vibe, like it's sort of messy, but it's also formal too. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. You can find this lot on the gallery. It's under the name Greasepit, and I am OrangePlumbobs. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.